So, WWE Battleground. Let's just get the prison match out of the way. I've seen one of these in person. They're near impossible to film. They're near impossible to watch because it's a cage inside a cage. It's got probably some. It's one of the more ridiculous matches in professional wrestling that's not from TNA. You've got two bamboo structures. Think about the old blue cage, the old blue steel cage. Now wrap it like in yellow pieces of bamboo, put cross hatches of thatch, and then in case you put these large sections of metal to show it's being reinforced. Now take that and now put another cage around it, so when you're watching it, you're like, yeah. If I can just find a clear spot between the two different size cages so I actually can watch what's going on in the ring. And the problem is, you've watched, this is the third Punjabi Prison match. If you watch all three of them, you probably find it's the exact same match. Two guys are going to fight a little bit. Someone's going to call for the first door to be opened. And they're not going to be able to make it to the door in the 60 seconds. The face is going to try to stop the heel. The heel's going to almost get out. The face is going to try to dive for it, and they're not going to get out. And then the ref is going to padlock it the wrong direction. Why I say the wrong direction? Because when the gate comes down, there's a spot here at the bottom of the gate. And then there's the section of bar right next to it. You would think that you would actually chain from the bottom of the gate underneath that other part of the structure. So you try to lift it, you're hitting the structure. Instead, we're chaining the gate to the top part of that structure. So if you really needed to, you actually could probably slide the gate up maybe about a good foot and slide out. And of course, no one makes it. Oh man, then it comes down to like, oh, they're flying it through. I think the Samir brothers, the Singh brothers, make their way through. Why? Because they're smaller than the actual opening. Oh no, so now we get the 2-on-1 beatdown. But Orton's got a hurt arm. There's a guy in cage side seats who pretty much called every point of this match. Like, Orton's going to have limb damage. Hard to climb out of the cage. You can pretty much fast forward to the point where they're finally outside of the cage. Now, outside of cage number 1, the match actually gets pretty decent. Why? That's when you realize when they get thrown into the cage, that thatch is, it's tearing them open. Orton's bleeding, he's got a really wicked cut across his arm, and it looked brutal. That's what you want. If you want to sell this as your feud, you make it a nice, brutal match. So he beats down the Singh Bros with chairs, kendo sticks, beats down Jinder. I think Samir makes his way out of the cage and tries to stop Randy. Randy knocks him off the side of the cage and through the announce table. Looked wicked. The Singh brothers are really they are earning their paychecks. Orton's about to escape, Mahal's music hits again, and then comes the slow lumbering Adonis. The Punjabi Colossus. The Great Khali. No, seriously, the Great Khali comes down, shakes the cage, makes Orton fall back inside, and then he chokes Orton out while Jinder Mahal escapes. So Jinder Mahal now has a four-man group. We have Jinder Mahal, the Great Khali, and the Bollywood boys, or the Singh brothers. So glad that match is done. So glad that feud is done. So now Jinder Mahal can hit the American fragrance, America John Cena. The flag match. I always thought it was just take your opponent's flag down or put your flag up. Because I haven't seen a lot of flag matches. But normally it's either, it's like take your opponent's flag down, or it's put your flag up, or it's take your flag down and then put up, or in your opponent's corner. There's different rules for flag matches. So in this one, incapacitate, take your flag down, take your flag to the finish line, which is the podium, and then put your flag on top of the flag post on top of your podium. And of course, it's a miracle John Cena wins. Came back 4th of July. It's Rusev and Cena make good matches, but I'm tired of seeing this one spot. John Cena goes for his really dumb top rope leg drop. It's why use top rope? Why? It's reversed into a powerbomb about a good 70% of the time, and they almost never look good because it's hard to take a guy who's from a squatting position, taking a guy doing a top rope leg drop, and then catch him with enough force to make the powerbomb look nice. But Cena and Rusev put on a good match. They were just stuck in a bad match frame. Who attached Breezango? You'll find out later. It's to be continued. I was looking forward to seeing what they were going to be. Who was going to face off against Breezango? Looking forward to that. They've been up for a while. This is a long-term story. Give me something good. But give me the tag division. Usos, New Day, had probably one of the better tag team matches that was not on NXT. With a different group. This time, Kofi and Xavier, the two small guys. But great back and forth. Love the false finishes. That really got the crowd on fire. Good match. New Day wins. Okay, here we go. I'm cool with that. That was a great opener. Shinsuke Corbin. Man, this match worked. Shinsuke looked good. Corbin looked good. This is a match where it was a make or break for both these guys. This was, for both of them, it's kind of, alright, you're both relatively new to the main roster crowd. Let's see if you can do it. I know Corbin's been around for a while, but he hasn't really done much. He won the Alexander Memorial Battle Royal, and then kind of floundered for a while. You're like, alright, here you go, your main roster. What am I doing? You're a big dude, and Vince wanted to have you on the main roster. Okay. But now he's hit his stride, which is good. Solid match Nakamura, nice, hard hitting. I'm okay with the low blow. Nakamura winning by DQ, I'm okay with it. It did two things really well. One, it had Nakamura looking strong against a larger opponent. Two, it had Corbin kind of do the whole like, no, I don't want to get hurt, because then I can't cash in later. Smart move. Smart move. Even though I don't think you cash in on the Punjabi Prison match, because you'd have to cash in, get your opponent through 2 cages, and then pin them and then leave out both cages. It'd just be kind of awkward. Just saying. So, solid match. Worked well. 5-woman fatal 5-way elimination match. You could tell very early when they had Lana and Tamina beating down Charlotte, and then Becky came out like, oh, you know what? This works as a tag team. Tag team match, Natty wins. Becky eliminates 2 people. Like, alright, cool. Becky's doing her job. Here we go. And that's Becky's eliminated. Alright, now we're down to Charlotte and Natalya. Okay. Charlotte showed near superhuman strength with her slow one-arm deadlift powerbomb of Natalya. Because she got a point where she's like, oh, Natalya's not helping it. Oh, you tell her she's trying to position her, be like, let's snuggle with you. So you just see Charlotte just powerbomb, and I was like, that is a wicked amount of strength. Wicked amount of strength. She looked like $1,000,000 doing that. But they could tell Charlotte, Naomi, there's your money match. Punt. Naomi, Natalya works. Natalya, ironically, she should be at the top. She normally is. But that shows the damage that the women's division has done, is that no one looks at Natalya as a threat at all. But she won a nice competitive match. Naomi came into the whole like, babyface champ, shake hands. Natalya was like, heel challenger. Walking away. Cool. Mike Kanellis, Sami Zayn. Man, Sami tried. Sorry, Miracle Mike Bennett. I'm just not. No. I dig the theme music, the cheesiness, but It's your second match, and I'm still waiting to see the names. They go, aha, that's why they hired you beyond your wife outside the ring. Every match is like, aha, they hired you because of who your wife is. The AJ Styles Kevin Owens match. Oh, this match was great. Love the back and forth. Is a cross between the indie work rate and the E work rate. So it just was fantastic. Crowd was eating up like crazy. The reversal from the Styles Clash into just hucking AJ into the ref. Then led to a calf crusher, but instead of doing the the heels tapping and the face let goes to go get the ref. Owens did a reversal into a crossface, which got reversed into a crossface by AJ Styles, who then got rolled up, and the ref came to for a 3 count, and Kevin Owens Jr. champion. Great match with just an absolutely horrible finish. You know, the SmackDown did a good job with their first single brand pay-per-view. Now, Backlash had some moments. Money in the Bank had some moments, also had some bad spots. They need to figure out exactly how to get the edges roughed off again. It seemed like they were doing a good job after the first roster split. Now, post-Superstar shakeup, they seem like they've really lost a step as to what it is they're supposed to focus on, what they're supposed to deliver. And it feels like now they're like, alright, we gotta do some stuff, become a stopgap between now and SummerSlam.